Hello, my friends. It is July 26th, 2018. Didn't post a video yesterday. Couldn't really find too much yesterday. I may have to start going every 2 days, but I've got 4 of them for you today. 2 on Kickstarter and 2 on Indiegogo, which I prefer Indiegogo. Our first one, it's really interesting art. I like this. It's called the Gilded Age. It's a steampunk type graphic novel all about a carnival. And I do believe he's doing 5 books. As you can see, that I really do like this art. This is really cool. Everybody is established at this show except for one person. She pops in and she's, I guess, learning her ropes and learning where she needs to be. Each book that this guy is doing is on a particular character, which is very interesting. So you get a full story, but the full story is not just one book. You have to read all the books to get the full story. Like I said, I really do like the artwork. I like the fact that this guy is, promoting all the artists, all the colorists, and I mean the coloring is really neat on this. It's good that he celebrates everybody that helps him put this book out. Here's some shots of the book. Like I said, it's well done. I like the colors because it's got to be kind of dark, and if you actually look, there seems to be a lot of coppers into the color. And if you've ever looked at steampunk, you'd understand why that kind of makes sense. It's more to the brown tones, because with steampunk they're mostly playing with brass and stuff. So this makes sense. The colorist really knew what he was doing because he infused that in. Again, the art looks amazing. It's well drawn. This looks like a really interesting book. I'm not going to go all the way down. There are more pictures. But let's scroll up to the top here. I'll tell you what he has for his prices, where he is. This is an in demand, so he's already met his goal. He's at $6,249. $5, basically, you get a wallpaper, it's a tip. $12 for a digital copy, and $25 for a printed copy, which is pretty much the norm. I've seen some a little bit more expensive, some a little cheaper. Now again, if you're interested in something like this, go check these guys out. Our next one from Indiegogo, and I will warn you, this one's a little rough. This is called the Legends of Charlemagne. This is a teacher who's trying to put a comic out, and I'm not trying to discourage you. I think it's commendable that you want to draw and you want to color and you want to do everything for this book. But the caliber of books that are on here, sir, I would really, really highly suggest you find someone to draw for you. If you want, leave a comment. If you see this, leave a comment if you want to find an artist. I will refer you to some of the artists that I've seen do other books, some of the artists that I've actually seen draw on live streams. They can really help improve your story. This is a female. I don't even know how to. This your art, sir. You really should get. I know you've already done it all, but you really should get somebody to draw this for you. Basically, this gentleman did this story because he didn't want to show his kid all of Star Wars. And I can understand that. He did say his child was 4 years old. And, he has his reasons. He may not want the child to get freaked out over certain things. I hope he actually shows the original Star Wars to his son when he gets older, because that's something that I grew up with and I've always loved. He doesn't get too involved in the story. I do know it's about Charlemagne, the female character. It didn't show it. Must have been up top. But anyway, she finds a knight who's wounded. I do believe this is it here. Yes. She finds this knight who's wounded. You get more detail in the video. And I guess he tells her there's a quest or something that he has to do and she needs to fulfill it. He's looking for $8,000. He's got a month left on this. He's at 240. Again, I commend you, sir, for doing this. I don't think I'd want to draw a whole comic, even though I do know I can draw to an extent. I can airbrush to an extent, but I wouldn't want to tackle anything like this because it's just not my shtick. I'm more of a sculptor. $25 for a basic backer. You get a signed copy of it. $75 for 2 signed copies. No offense, dude, but I'd buy 2 $25 copies instead of buying 2 $75 copies. Okay. If you're interested in something like this, again, look at the video. He explains more of it. And I'm not trying to hurt this guy's feelings, but the art looks like he got some of his students to do it. It's just not, it's not up to par for what you're asking. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. I'm not trying to be an a-hole. That's just $25 for that, when I paid $25 for Cyberfrog and $25 for Jawbreakers. I mean, you're talking a completely different caliber here. You know, drop your price if you want to do the art like that. You'll probably have more success because more people will give you a chance. Do another one. Like anything, the more you practice, the better you'll get. Okay, on to our Kickstarter ones. The Warren of Hope. This one here is an apocalyptic story about a sect of people, I guess, that are fighting whatever creatures are left in the apocalypse. The person does not go too involved in his video. He talks more about what the characters look like and what you can get for perks. Now, unfortunately, this is volume 2, so if you've already got volume 1, you know pretty well what this book is about. Volume 2 is dealing more with the characters. It gets more in depth into the characters. He's building them like you're supposed to in a series. Go figure. Star Wars should have learned that. He's looking for a goal of 6,000. He's at 2,544. Like I said, he already has a book 1, so this is a second book. Excuse me. For $5. Oh, that's not bad. For $5, you're actually part of the story. I hate when Kickstarter does that. For $20, your name will be added to the inside of the cover. You'll get a hand sketch, which is kind of neat. Obviously, you get the book. $20. See, that's reasonable. That's, you know, that's kind of cheap. Excuse me. Starting to sound like Zach. For 35, you get a book and a pin. And then as you go up in tiers, see here, for 45, you can get volume 1 and 2. Now, me not knowing what this is about, if I wanted something like this, I would jump on this one. Because you're paying 25 bucks for volume 1, or volume 2, excuse me, or 45 bucks for 1 and 2. I kind of like, that's a good deal. That way you can get caught up. This looks, again, swordplay, that type of thing. Watch the movie if you like it. He explains a little bit more, but like I said, he talks more about what the perks you can get, assuming you already know of this book, because it's part 2, obviously. Our next Kickstarter. This one I kind of like, again, my love of heavy metal. And when you see the artwork, you'll understand why. This is about somebody fighting vampires. As you can see here, he's doing the cross with a couple of wrenches. Going after somebody with the hammer and stake. I guess that's a super circle with holy water. I guess that would work well. What I like is what you'll see in the later on drawings. There's our naughty vampire. There's our very naughty vampire. Another shot of our naughty vampire. Looks like she's ready to go out on the evening. The artwork I like on this. Again, I'm a heavy metal fan, so that shouldn't shock you. Although it'll freak out some SJWs. I'm sorry, I like a woman's figure who looks like a woman. There's the city. The only complaint I have about this is everything looks too straight. I look at this and it looks like this guy took a picture and then made it line art and colored it. But hey, I'm not a comic book artist, and you know, I can't say too much. The coloring is really neat, as you will see in the next picture. I do like the way they did this. You see where the flashlights cross beam, it's brighter. You still see everything because it's lit ambiently, but where the light's shining, you see it very bright. Very well done. There's our hunter. There's our hunter killing a vampire, one getting away. I do like how he has his wooden stakes hidden behind his back. It brings a interesting meaning to a stealth weapon. And there's our sexy vixen vampire. This one looks interesting. Again, if you like vampire stories, check this out. We'll go up here. Oh, cool. He wanted to do 4,000. He's at 5,340. Congratulations. He's met his goal. What do we have here? Okay, for a $10 tip, your name you get a shout out in the book. $15, you get a PDF. If you guys seen any of my videos, you know how I feel about the PDFs. I think they should do those after. 20, you get the book and the PDF. That's a good deal. Bookmark for 30. Something exclusive. Oh, I guess that's the bookmark. Standard print version, a PDF version, and you will get a shout out for $30. Again, these are decent prices. The art is nice. I really like the way this guy draws women. I like a woman who is attractive and looks shapely. Alright guys, I will quickly go through these one more time. We've got the teacher's attempt at doing a comic for the first time, which I commend you. I'm not knocking you. The steampunk one, I was about to say cyberpunk, but steampunk. Those two are Indiegogo. War and Hope, Volume 2, but you can get Volume 1 with this Kickstarter. That's on Kickstarter. And Vampire PA. also on Kickstarter. All the links will be down below, and as usual, people, please like and share these videos. As the bigger I get, the more I can help people like this and people like this guy who are trying to break into the industry. You know, if I could, dude, if you see this, leave a comment if you want. I will tell you who to go contact to get an artist, and they do that. This is what they do for their living. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Anyway, this is Danny D for Solicitous Comics. I will talk at you guys later.